Hello everyone, taking off here. Puppy 2. Last time on Digimon, Vaidmon died, but it's okay. We now have the pathetic, puny Poyomon. And we have a dastardly plot with this fellow. We are going to make him into a god of love power. What do I mean by that? Just wait and find out. He may also be a god of fish power. But that's completely different and unrelated. Let's check our items. I just want to sort that. Digitrout, Digianchovy. Okay, we've got some Digianchovies, that's good. I suppose the Digitrout can work. Let's check if we've got our actual sirloin for the day, because we may need that. I don't want to buy anything, so that's all well and good. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to head down to the shop. Because some of the stuff we need is at the shop. So, I'm probably just going to record like this opening bit, show you what I'm doing, give you an idea of what the plan is, and then we'll get started. I'll be back once we get to the next bit. I want to buy meat. Max meat. I also want to buy, since we've got a discount, max medium recoveries, 18,500. 10% discount, that's not bad. Those will be useful later. But for now, we're not going to train this guy, we're not going to make him strong. We're just going to do what's necessary. If we come out this way, we're less likely to get attacked. And just slip down here, and we're going to a familiar place. A place which I like to call my Digimon world home. I spend so much time there when I play. Now, relatively speaking, if I wanted to raise the Digimon stats, there'd be a much easier, well, much quicker way. But in terms of time spent in game, fishing at Dragon Eye Lake will be the quickest way I can make a lot of stat increases on this Digimon. And what does that involve? Well, we come down here, we feed our Digimon Digimushrooms to make sure he doesn't eat the stuff we don't want him to eat, and we fish with our meat for the Digianchovies. We just want to pull it back to here, get one on the line and just pull it in. And then with the Digianchovy, I believe we want to just go out a little further. This takes a little bit. Yep, one says hello, I like this. We're going to wait for one to come along. And this will be the bit that'll take me ages. There's this bit here. The Digianchovies, I'll be able to get them in just like click of a finger. And I didn't get this in the best spot, so I'll reposition slightly, and I'll do a full cast so that I can be like, yeah, those guys don't like it. Yep. There's more around the region where our actual prey is. Come along now. Anyone wanted the Digianchovy? Unfortunately, this takes a while if you're not positioned perfectly. So it's just a patience game. You see, the cluster of fish was all over here by this pipe before, and now they're all over there. Come on. I'll just throw it out again. And as I think this is our target. Black trout. And we're going to be fishing up a lot of these because they boost all abilities. Anyway, that's going to be all for this part of the recording. I'll see ya when I'm done with this. Hey, I'm back from that excellent adventure that I went on. A few things happened, as you noticed. We got a new Digimon. This is Tokamon. Our Mints evolved, Digivolved into Tokamon. If we go to player and go to chart, we can see Hoyamon, Tokamon. Tokamon can Digivolve into two things. The other thing that happened was we got a medal. We caught 100 fish. Well, you probably thought, yeah, he's definitely going to catch at least 100 fish, based on what he said. So in my inventory right now, I have 99 black trout. These will boost all your stats by 1 or 10 for HP and MP. I've probably gone over this before. But in the item keeper, because I am a bit of a crazy person, and spent way too long doing this, because this is a cheese strategy that's probably not the best way to do this, but it works. If we go down here, we have 99 more, ignoring my glitching. So yeah, that's been great. Now, we've got a bit before this Digimon's going to be in the state that we need him to be in. His stats are still awful, just as I had hoped, which is fantastic. We want his stats to stay awful. But for the time being, we have a set of items in our inventory that we are going to use to make a lot of moolah. We have, as you've seen before, medium recoveries. We're going to be turning these into offense discs, or it might be defense discs, I forget which one, and selling those to make a lot of money. Because we're going to be doing one single thing with that. Until this guy digivolves into the form we need him to be in, we are going to be grinding that and using our money over here to buy cards. As you can see, I can do this very quickly, and it's very annoying. I don't get many good cards. Techamon's not the worst. If I go... Does it show all my cards that I've gotten? No. These are just cards that I have at least one of, right? Yeah, Techamon's low on the list. I think the Mirror one was the best that we got. Oh, no, no. We got Otamon. Yeah, so I'm going to grind out some cards and some stuff off screen, and I'm going to trade them for merit. And once I'm ready to purchase a lot of stuff with merit, I'll come back and talk to you then. Yeah, this isn't the end of an episode, this is just the cut-off point. I'll be back in a bit. So, I've just done a bit of buying cards. I'm back from my little I'll see you in a bit, which was a bit longer than it was for me than it was for you. But anyway, I've got some cards. Not all of them yet. I can't get quite all of them yet, even if I try. And I'm going to go sell those, but when I go... I'm going to do a couple of trips of this, but when I go sell a bunch of these, something interesting is going to pop up. Now, to get where we're going, the safest way, the way that's less likely to get us killed, do I have 21 restores in case we die? And as you can see, I only have 4,770 bits left, is to go to Gear Savannah. Yeah. I'll be making trips to Friesland soonish, but in Gear Savannah is the closest place to where we're going, and Tokamon's hungry. I really should cut out some of this, don't worry. I'm going to show you how you bit of navigating with a low level Digimon and be like, oh no, I have no idea what's in front of me. This area is particularly nasty for it, because you can't see anything. You want to stick to this edge here, because you might run into one of those guys if you don't. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky. Want to just come by here, wait for him to do his rounds, slip by. Slip by this guy, slip by that guy like that. Kind of a little tight, but I like it that way. Huh. I'm not even going to think about that anymore. There's some Digimon, not Galmon to get past here. They're not too bad. Digimon are about the same difficulty. Yeah, more here. You gotta just see them just off screen and make sure you move. Be ready for them. And we're going to Volume Villa. I'm not really here to show off the selling, and our Digimon doesn't like it here. Which does remind me, there's a Digimon we might recruit this episode as well, since I still have him in training. If we talk to Shogun Gekomon, looks like you got a problem about the costume, right? Was it? You know about it? Don't underestimate me. Numamon will be able to wear it. Numamon, huh? Shocked? Not that only that, once he wears it, you won't believe. Well, try it out. That's all well and good, but we're here to sell our cards. If we go talk to him again, you want merit too? I don't think I've shown this off fully. There's a few categories of cards. I don't think I had any of these to sell last time, but any of these yellow ones are 100 points. I'm going to keep at least one of each Digimon card. Any of these brown ones are 30 points. It drops off dramatically, but where's the next level? Blue ones are 10 points. And you don't... Fortunately, it's not one of those systems where it's like, oh yeah, you're back at the top of the list again. It's just this is very good stuff, which is a little weird. Let's find the next lot. Green. This is very common. Yeah. So it's very good to very common. We're 5 points. And if we go all the way down here, these grey ones, we're 1 point. I'm gonna sell like 4 of these to make my points nice. And I think that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna do some stuff off screen. So I've got a bunch of this merit point stuff, and I'll see you when that's all good. Okay. Right, now back from that cutaway. Another little thing to show off. We've made some excellent progress on our items and money, and not our Digimon. Our Digimon's still awful, but we have money now again. We got a bunch of cards. Do I have the ones I want? Do I have quantity? No, I think I've sold out. I'm a scam artist, oh no! But anyway, our next objective is just a quick trip to Friesland to open up something for later. This won't be something we can do right away, simply because our Digimon isn't quite what we need right away. A Digimon is what we need, but... So the idea behind this is that if you spend enough time in Friesland or something, your Digimon will get sick. That's not going to happen. That actually takes a real long time. The easiest way to do it: feed your Digimon moldy meat. Mince is sick. Now if I just wander around a bit... Huh? Ding! Fainting sounds. What? And we're in Friesland. Where are we? Is this a dream? It's not a dream. You're a dream. Who are you? Where is Mince, even though he's right behind me? Calm down, my name is Frigimon. This is my house. I'm an ice snow Digimon. I am a snowman. Bear, thingy-a-bob. You were out in the snow. I picked you up and took care of you. Okay, that's all fantastic, but where's Mince? Oh, Mince, I'm glad you're safe. I was an idiot and couldn't notice you behind me. Hey, are you listening? If I didn't find you, you'd be dead by now. Because somehow I am affected by the cold, even though I'm not. Oh, sorry. Gee, thanks. Hey, Mince, I even hit my head when you suddenly fell down. This is a funny little text thing where it can't actually display the whole thing. If the name was longer, it'd be like, I don't know what to do. Tokumon can't stand cold. You are so reckless. It's all your fault. Yes, berate me. You're a terrible, terrible tamer. But I had to do this. If I wanted to recruit you to the village, to the city, I have to do this. I have to be terrible to my Digimon. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Mince. All because I fed you some terrible meat. And not at all because of the cold. Thanks, Digimon. Can I ask you one more favour? What will you do if Tokumon falls down again? You'd better go home soon. Alright, I got it. I'll digivolve Mince into another Digimon. Digivolve? I don't know what that word means, even though I'm a Digimon and I should. So, that's now open. We can go and do it if we want. And when we come back with a Digimon who can stand the cold, Frigimon will be like, oh yeah, I'll go to your place. The Digimon can't stand the cold very well. I'll be back. And yeah, that's basically the thing that I want to show off here. And it needs to take a bit, but we'll deal with that off screen. Hey everyone, Akinoff back here. Wait, no. Hey, I'm just back from that little cut. It was a bigger cut than I thought, like all my cuts have been lately. So I've got a few things to do. First off, we need to just hop over to the green gem. Because we're going to determine what rookie level Digimon we're going to digivolve to. Now, normally, with the stats the way they are, Mince would digivolve into a Biomon. However, Biomon would have the Spitfire technique. We're going to get our Digimon to digivolve into a Patamon, who has an Ear-type technique. And to do that, we just need to raise its brains just to be so that they're higher than its other stats. Okay, we're going to do the... We're going to use porta potties because we're cheap and trying to save time. And we'll train one more time. And he's hungry. Yep, hungry. So now it'll be probably about a little bit before we can actually make use of this. A couple of hours before in game before he digivolves. I just need his brain stats to be a little higher than everything else. Excuse me. Let me just check some things. Oh yeah, I've got basically my fullest accounts. I don't know if I've shown this before. Yeah, I have some for... I have a few for, thing. Yeah, I have a few for Sugar and Geekamon. Just to get the last few, items that I want, I believe. I'm just gonna go check. Because... been a while. Ignore the messiness of all this. I should know exactly how many I have in here. I'm probably showing off the collection I've already shown off. Yes. I currently have 8 offense chips, 5 defense disc chips, 5 brain chips, 3 quick chips, 6 HP chips, 5 MP chips. So that's 400 offense up, 250 defense up, 250 brains up, 150 speed up, 300 HP, 3000 HP up, and 2500 MP up. Plus the 200 and 2000 that I have from our black trouts. Well, 198, but that's neither here nor there. We can probably pick up some meat, which should help us out a bit. Digivolving. Huh, I timed this pretty well. Better than I thought I did, honestly. See, we have a Patamon now. And Patamon knows Sonic. Oh, it's Digiom who knows the air technique. Whoops. Oh well. Well, we can get equipped with Buster Dive, which I'll never be able to use, and Dynamite Kick, which I think he could use once. Wait, let me check. Oh no, he could do Buster Dive once at full MP. So, you know, not too bad, not too bad. From this point on, we just need to let this guy not raise any stats, and he will be perfect. So, to do that, I need to figure out a way to waste time. I'll be back once I've done that, but I'm not actually going to cut this video. Oh, I should. I really should, because I'll forget, and then we'll be here for like... I'll have 2 hours of recording and be like, what am I doing with this? What was my plan? How can I waste time really quickly? Training would be the quickest way to waste time, but that's not actually going to work in this case. And I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time just sitting around doing nothing. Because I'm really bad at that. I'm terrible at sitting around doing nothing. And I don't want to grind for a whole bunch of stuff, like money and chips or anything, because as useful as that is, it's not that useful. Does resting... Can I rest here? In the clinic? If I took this entire mon and go... Get rid of his tiredness... Does that waste time? Yes, it does. I'm going to be doing this. Yep. I'm just going to be wasting time by getting rid of tiredness. That's all I'm going to do. It's fine. So, I'm going to spend 3 in-game days doing this. I'll see you when I'm done. Oh boy, this is going to be a while. Here we go. This is what we're after. And hopefully I haven't somehow screwed this up. Let's see that green. I'm quite serious about green. What the balls? What the literal... I screwed everything up. I did everything wrong. What did I do right? I'm not supposed to have an Digimon. I'll be back when I figure this out. Because this was not the goal. I mean... I like wanted an... I can do the thing. Before we go, I am going to do the thing. I'm going to get this Digimon killed. I'm going to lower his happiness until it's until it's really low. That was not right. I'm going to at least show this off, if nothing else. This was not the plan. How could he have good enough stats to digivolve into Digimon? How? His stats are the worst. Is it just because he's a Patamon and he had nothing else? Because that's insane. There, that should do the trick. Now it's time for you to die. I'm going to introduce you to a Digimon that we could potentially get as a Digimon for the city. I'm not even going to be saving this, just to be on, just so you know. I'm going to have to look up where I went wrong. Maybe it was his discipline. But if we come down here... Wait! Leaves and a tornado. And a Digimon? He is called Digimon. You're Akano, and you must be Mince. What a terrible name. You're famous, even as far as Ninja Village. Accept my challenge to fight. Ninja Village? Okay, sure. Doesn't matter what you say there, he'll fight you anyway. Even if you got an training Digimon. Okay, great. Fantastic. Just what we were trying to do. I don't want to think about the possibility that I could actually win this. Nope, hopefully I can pull off this trick. And show it off anyway. Yeah. Ah, that sucks. We'll try it one more time. He might need his discipline to be low too. If I do the praise, scold, praise, praise, scold, praise, praise, scold, scold, praise, praise. This is just manipulation. Praise. Maybe now? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I mean, it's a 50% chance anyway, so... It could just be that I got unlucky. If this doesn't work, ah well. A few things I can show off anyway. Did we lose any items? Yeah, we lost a bunch of items. So, it wasn't really worth it. Like, it really wasn't worth it. We lost a huge amount of money there. So I'm definitely resetting after this. And finding out what I did wrong. Because if I have screwed this up completely, that means... He's back! Yes, we know you're called Digimon. Yep. Sure. And I'll actually tell him to attack this time. Huh. The other guy has a lot of HP. And we're still alive somehow. We'll see if this works. Not interested in reviving you. I'm just interested in seeing if we can get a certain Digimon. Because dying is an Digi-evolution method. It's not an evolution method in Pokemon, but it's a Digi-evolution method, that's for sure. Ah, yes. And I can show off how to get one of them. Well, the only way to get a certain Digimon. If you have an Agumon and it dies, well, it's... I forget which stat it is under 50%. It will, half the time, Digivolve into this fellow. Dorkmon! Min says Digivolved. Unfortunately, they didn't improve his stats any. Just changed him to a virus type with more tech options. and actually no real benefits from it. He doesn't even have any techs, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'll be back. Just wanted to show that off because that was an option that I had available to me now. Yeah, you can get Digimon, who's, you know, Digimon. Or as I like to call him, Dorkmon. He goes on about the dork all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna come back when I have an actual solution to my problem. Hello everyone. Okay, I'm back. I figured it out. It's a new day. It's a new plan. Our mistake. Patamon weighed too much, and we hadn't had any care mistakes. Because the conditions to get Angemon are technically like 1000 MP, 100 brains, and weight 15 to 25, no care mistakes. And as you can see, we've got weight 15 right now. We had like 18 when it digivolved. We haven't made any care mistakes with this Patamon, so it can become an Angemon still. And we're only novice, but I think because of what I chose at the start of the game, it's easier to get champion, it's easier to get Digimon than otherwise. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a care mistake. We're not going to feed our Digimon a couple of times, and we're going to try and get our Digimon's weight down to about 8. So if you go like 90 minutes without in-game without feeding your Digimon, that counts as a care mistake. So he's not hungry anymore, so we've made a care mistake. So when he needs to go to the toilet, he's going to lose some weight. We want to get him down low so he's not near where any of his Digievolutions. Really? Okay. And this is actually going to be a little bit of time before we actually get the Digimon we want. It takes longer than usual to get this one. We're not going to make the care mistake of pooping on the floor, because that actually has other problems. And could lead to a terrible, terrible result. But as you can see, they reduced our weight by 2. So we're just going to keep going. I don't want to make like 5 care mistakes or anything like that. We're going to keep track of the number. We only want about 3. Okay. He's all good in that regard. We'll take another rest. And we'll get rid of that. Rest some more. He's such a healthy Digimon. Okay, not feeding him this time. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want too many because he could digivolve into like Ogremon or something. Everything under 100 or 1,000. And everything definitely under 1,000. Not a single stat above 1,000. Don't worry. I have a solution. It's called using Patamon. And ruining him. Okay. He needs to poop and he needs to go to sleep. I could do the... Oh, I can put him to sleep and have him poop, but it doesn't count as a care mistake. That does not count as a care mistake, just so you know. Putting your Digimon to sleep when they need to either eat or poo does not count as a care mistake, or even both. Ah, here we go. This should be it. This was stuffed up again. Prepare to meet the most useful champion in the game. Well, I say most useful. Technically the most useful champion in the game. Because he's kind of necessary to complete the game. This is Numamon. Well, he's even worse than Patamon was. He is the absolute worst. He is terrible. 100% awful. So you're wondering, why do we have him? When all he can do is horizontal kick, which we did not already have, but I learned it on a different Digimon when I was experimenting. But we learned one technique. That's not bad, learn a new technique, even if we're not going to use it. Like, I don't like Metal Splinter, but we have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 techniques. That's... well, that's terrible. That's terrible. And most of them are fighting techniques. Battle is the easiest techniques to get. They're what you basically have from the start, so... yeah, they're really easy to get. Anyway, Numemon is basically a sludge slime Digimon who is awful. He stinks. He's a poo Digimon. He's terrible. But he's a slime. And someone said we can do something special with Numemon, and oh, just listen to that terrible sound. You thought Vademon was bad. At least Vademon wasn't gross and bad. No, this guy is terrible. What do you want? Meat? I don't care about feeding you. You're a Numemon. You'll serve your purpose and it will be good. What we're gonna do is go over here. Because Shogun Gekomon told us something that a Numemon can do. Something special would happen if we saw a certain costume. So we're gonna go to Misty Trees. It's a good thing we have autopilots, otherwise we'd be walking back. Not that we can't. We're going to grab this up here. We're going to ignore our Digimon's hunger, because that's inconsequential. And we're going to milk Cherrymon, because he's just a nuisance. And we're going to Toy Town, in the middle of the night. Now, if we go over here, you may remember that we encountered something strange in here. The costume house. Oh, where would a costume be other than the costume house? This costume. This costume seems different from the others. It has some overpowering presence. Yes, overpowering. That's going to be kind of funny in a moment, but, you know, there's a zipper on the back. What happened to Mince? Oh, he ate the costume. And what? We're already digivolving again? This is one of the quickest ways to get to Ultimate. An Ultimate level Digimon. Is to use a Numemon and have it digivolve into a Monzaemon. Yep, this is our beer god. Now, he's not much right now. What, did you turn into another Digimon? It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's nicer than Numemon, that's for sure. And if you take a look here, his stats are about over 200 better and 2000 better in every stat. He gained like a 2,400 increase to HP and MP, and at least a 230 increase to every other stat. He now weighs 40. He's got fighting and lightning attacks. He's got Sonic Jab currently, but based on what I've learned from our moves before, I'm going to unequip that. I'm going to equip Megaton Punch, Warcry, and Sonic Jab. Now, you might be wondering why that is. That's all fine. It'll be explained. He's got his final attack of Lovely Attack, which is, you know, 230 power, kind of nice. And we're going to put him to sleep because, honestly, I want him at full HP for the next little bit that we're going to do. We're just going to keep going for a little bit. I'm probably going to record a fair bit longer after this, make this a long episode. Yeah. I have no idea how long this episode is actually right now, so it could be an infinite amount of time. Now there's actually a decent stats. I don't have to worry about getting into a fight. Because, well, I can just item him out of any troublesome situation, and he's powerful enough to fight. Yeah, he's good. Not perfect, but, you know, decent. But we're not finished with this guy yet. You see, despite the fact that I've talked about it, I don't think I've shown off quite what we can do with a few things. I think we've actually just had them in the inventory and such. Don't worry, you'll get to see just how broken things get in this game. Just how overpowered our Digimon is. I'm not going to get into any fights apparently. I've had a lot of practice at knocking into fights in this game. So yeah, no surprise there. And look at Montemon trying to keep up. Waddle, 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 waddle. We're obviously the most powerful Digimon here. Us, the human self. How much merit do I have? I think, yeah, I've got like 2,100 spare merit. So I'm just going to sell, like, what I've been doing, I've been showing them cards and going down to having like one in each card. It's a bit of a process all up. And you just go, oh yeah, I've got some in that. Okay, I don't have any more. Okay, I got some Mamemons. These are only worth 30 points, so it's like, oh, just give them some of these. Metal Mamemon. The points add up. The thing is, even from the lowest value cards, you can get like, I think it's 400 merit, so that's like half of one of the stat boosting items. I may only, at the most I'll go to, and these are only worth 10, so it takes a while at this point. But you know, I'll get us up to 3,200 so we can buy 4 items. Or at least I should be able to. It shouldn't be hard. We shouldn't be, like, pushing our reserves of cards. My resources. I want to grab... what is it? 2 more speed ups. An MP up. And probably a defense up. But we're pretty close to my goal with this. See, I had a bunch of this to spend, so this is basically the process that I've been doing to build merit points. I've spent like 9,600 on items before, and I'm gonna spend another 3,200. But yeah, this is basically what you do. You get a huge number of these cards, and you can get stat boosting items out the wazoo. Whatever a wazoo is. Is it a wazoo? Must be something to do with Wario or Waluigi. I mean, they're enough of a meme to have their own zoo. And there we go. And we're going to use our merit points. Get a quick chip. Actually use merit points. Get another quick chip. I keep falling for the same trap. Get an MP chip. I keep doing it. I'm terrible. I could grab a Digivolution item if I wanted to get to someone specific. Like I could use an Edgemon to get to a very specific Digimon if I wanted to later on. But you know, if I want to do that, I'll do it. I'll grab a defense chip. See ya. Oops, I talked to him again. No, I don't. Okay. That's all sorted. We're going to use an autopilot. And we're going to do some bad things. Now, the first part of this, no big deal. Well, sort of no big deal. What we're going to do is go into the item keeper. Yes, I have business here. And we're going to move all our chips into our inventory. So, that's all nice and good, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to move this and swap it with this. This is because we're going to be feeding a lot of these to this bear. Now, if we look at the numbers here, that's 400 extra offense, 3,000 extra MP, 250 extra speed, 300 extra defense, 250 extra brains, and 3,000 extra HP. That will put him at quite some stats. Quite some significant stats in the 5,000s. But we have black trout. They each boost your stat points all by 1. And we have 198 of them. We're going to feed them all to Montemon. And I'm going to keep it in the video just so you can see how long it takes. Because it's a process and a half. It's not that long in-game, but it's quite. We want to be sending here so that he can go toilet at any time. But it's quite a process. And it's not very nice. Now we have Bear of War. Now we have a God Bear of Love. Now we have a Almighty Care Bear. Yep. Okay, so that's one lot of black trout done. His stats, boy, those are nice. Like, those just generally, like, that's when you want to get a Digimon 2, like, as a kid. You're like, oh, getting like 3,500 all around would be awesome. And then you figure out, oh, that's nothing. And then we go back to it and do another 99. Because we're only halfway there. Oh, that's not good. We're going to have him rest. Because that's bad. That's bad. He just lost stats. He just lost those stat gains that I gave him. Oof. Does that help? Black trout. Digimon's better, I guess. Yes, he wanted to celebrate. That's fantastic. We may have lost a little bit of stats there. Nothing too major. When that butterfly appears, you start to lose stats. Oh, that's bad. But it's hourly, so we should be fine. And the stat loss isn't significant. This can actually be used to your benefit. Remember that? If we get this all done before he can actually lose too much stats, will be great. Okay. I'm back from that. This has been one of the most successful training days so far. I've only got 4 black trout left, of all 198. So I'm just going to finish these off. And then hopefully I can show you just how amazing this has been. I may not have cut to when I got the butterfly at first, but that slowly lowers your stats. Like, very slowly. I mean, if we look at our Digimon stats, he's in the 4,000s and 400s right now. He's got a annoying status condition, which there's ways to get rid of, but we're not too worried about it. His happiness and discipline, however, are at their lowest, and his weight is 1. So, to fix the first bit, we're going to give him some sirloin, which isn't going to make him any happier. But at least now he's not at 1 weight. I'm going to give him enough apiece just to start getting him on the right track. And we're going to praise him, just so that he's not at absolute minimum. If he's not at absolute minimum. And we're going to start giving him chips. We'll start by getting everything down to about parity. He's going to refuse. We can now go scold, raise happiness and discipline, and offer him a chip. Then we're going to offer him another chip. He's going to refuse, which is what we want. Because that means that we can scold him again and get both stats up a bit. And give him another offense chip. Offer him another chip. We're going to go for an MP chip because it's at the top of the list. He accepts. That's fine. Now we're going to offer him a defense chip because it's at the top of the list. And he accepts, and I may have to do just a bunch of praising. But I'll probably do that off screen just because, you know, I'm at least going to have to do a bit of this. We're going to have a low discipline Digimon for a while, but that's okay. That happens. When you do a crazy technique like this and get a incredibly powerful Digimon out of it. Of course, half of these chips are from boss fights. There's a way to get like infinite MP chips, but it requires messing with the Piximon fight a bit for like just fighting. But that's like the only chip that you can get like infinite that way. Gonna give him that quick chip. There's no way to give these quickly, unfortunately, which is one of the sad parts. Because that means it's going to be like, it took a while to do this. He's not even that disciplined and he's just taking them. I think he's just gotten used to taking everything that's given to him because of how much I overfed him. It's really weird. He ate literally all the fish I had. Like 200 fish. Imagine you eating 200 fish. I'm not even that big a I don't really like fish. And fish is my job. My actual job, yeah. Involves fish. Sometimes. Well, most of the time, yeah. But anyway, this is a thing. I'm surprised at how willing he is to take the stuff, but, you know, occasionally we get to scold him to slowly boost his stats up so that we can boost his stats simultaneously. As someone who likes high discipline Digimon because they're easier to manage and you don't have to be like, ugh, why won't you take the damn item? It also pains me to say, sometimes I wish, if I wanted to get the Digimon I wanted, I'd have to be less strict on discipline. I mean, you saw how I got Digimon. Well, that was actually involved discipline quite a bit. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're not going to look at stats till we're done, and then you'll see just how ridiculous this has been. Because this Digimon is by far the most powerful we have ever had. Well, most powerful we've had this playthrough, at least. You may have had more powerful, and I've definitely had more powerful. I've technically never raised a max stat Digimon. That'd be an interesting thing to do. Maybe I'll raise a Phoenixmon. I think I could pull that off. Never done it before, but I should be able to pull it off. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't done, but I've pulled off when playing this game. Maybe that's a little too close to the mic. Ah, yeah, that's better. I've been a bit hot on the mic lately, we could say. But, you know, my volume isn't usually that high compared to how ridiculous the sound is balanced when I do editing. It's like, oh, I always have to turn down the game audio so much. Like, it's normally like a 20% during editing. So yeah, that's a thing. It's too bad you can't upload YouTube videos and be like, hey, you can adjust my audio and you can adjust the game's audio. It's all on you. You can adjust everything. Of course, I'm probably the only person in the world who'd appreciate a feature like that. Now we want to sculpt. And go offense chip again. And wow, this... I've been recording currently for 51 minutes. Because that's how long it's taken. Maybe I should have just praised him a bunch and done this. Ah well, I'll praise him off screen later. He'll be super happy and become undisciplined. And he'll wonder, what was all of this about? I don't understand anything, but I am very powerful. We're going to punch all the Digimon. Because that's the main technique that we have. And we're almost out of chips. Ah, what a delight. To be right where you want to be. And no longer have all that fish in your inventory that's stinking the place up. So it's taken about a full in-game day. We've suffered for it. But we have 7,500 HP MP. 7,500, yep. 650 defense, 600 speed, and 600 odd brains, and 864 offense. Let's go hit a bug. Just to show that what can be done. Because this is absurd. Let's hit a Digimon. Just because I can. No other reason. I could... not that hard. Unfortunately, for all the good that raising offense actually does you, it doesn't do that much good. Which is kind of sad. It's like, wait, isn't that what that attack normally does? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Guess what? I'm going to praise him. He won a fight. And he can go to sleep here. I think I'm going to call it here. I've shown you that I've raised a bear god. And we're going to see what he can really do next time on Digimon World. My name's been Akinov. About to my own mic. Hope you have a good time. And I'll see you next time. Bye.